Thank you for joining us.
But thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, we have Mr. Nguyen in front of us, and he is charged with failure to signal. Can you ask him what is his plea? Not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
Ông Nguyễn, sáng này tòa nói là ông có một cái giấy phạt đó, cũng như là bây giờ ông muốn đưa ra lời khai là nhận tội, không nhận tội hay là không tranh cãi.
Dạ, tôi không có nghĩ là tôi không có tội.
I believe I wasn't guilty.
Okay, tell him that we will place him on a trial calendar.
Nếu như mà như vậy thì tòa sẽ cho ông vào một cái phiên tòa khác, cũng như họ xử phiên tòa đó mình có thể tranh cãi. Thì bữa nay không có xử những cái vụ đó, những người mà nhận tội hôm nay thì họ giải quyết thôi nha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ask him, does he want the case to stay in Forest Park where he will have a bench trial?
Vậy thì ông muốn trở lại cái quận hạt của mình, tức là Forest Park, để mà có cái phiên tòa mới, hay là ông muốn chuyển nó đi xuống cái tòa lớn?
Yeah.
Or would he prefer that the case be bound over to Clayton County where he's eligible for a jury trial?
Tức là nếu như mà ở đây là mình trở lại cái phiên tòa đó là mình chỉ có ông tòa xử thôi, còn nếu như mà mình muốn thì mình muốn qua cái bên tòa Clayton nó ở đường ở bên kia thì nó có thể có bồi thẩm. Ông muốn thế nào?
Dạ, tôi muốn trở lại đây thôi. Dạ.
I would like to return here, Your Honor.
Okay, let him know he will be given a new court date to come back for his trial date in Forest Park.
Vậy thì khi mà ông quay trở lại đây thì họ sẽ cho ông biết cái ngày mà ông phải ra tòa lần tới là ngày nào nha. Ông ngồi chờ nha.
Dạ, ngồi để đợi hay sao?
Yes, dạ, anh ngồi đó đợi để họ cho mình cái ngày mới để mình ra tòa lần tới nha.
Dạ, cảm ơn.
Dạ, okay, you're welcome.
He will be given a plea form to which he will enter a not guilty plea today.
Ông ngồi ở đó một chút nữa đó, người ta cho mình một cái tờ giấy đó, mình nói là mình không có nhận tội đó. Cái chữ không nhận tội tức là not guilty, thì là anh đánh vô cái chữ đó thì họ sẽ cho mình ra một cái ngày tòa mới nha. Thank you.
Ask him, does he have any questions?
Bây giờ tòa hỏi anh có thắc mắc gì nữa hay không?
Dạ không, tại tôi nghĩ rằng tôi quẹo đúng là không có lỗi. Dạ.
No, sir, I believe I turned correctly, so I don't believe I was guilty.
Okay. Tell him we will see him back here on his trial date.
Vậy thì tòa nói tòa sẽ thẩm phán muốn gặp anh trở lại lần tới vào cái ngày mà có phiên tòa mới nha. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to the next person.
Your Honor, could we borrow the services of the interpreter? Good morning, by the way.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. Thank you. Could we borrow the interpreter services long enough to ask her to help us get him to fill out the plea form?
Yes.
Certainly, I'm here. Please.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
No problem, sir.
You'll circle not guilty on your plea form.
Anh đánh dòng vô cái chữ mà không có tội đó.
And then sign at this place right here.
Rồi anh ký tên ở chỗ này nè nha.
And then put today's date.
Để ngày hôm nay đó, ngày hôm nay là ngày 26 tháng 4.
And they will mail him his new court date.
Vậy thì họ sẽ gửi cho anh một cái ngày mà phiên tòa kế là ngày thứ mấy đó, cũng như ngày nào mình phải ra tòa để mà có phiên xử mới nha.
If we're going to mail the court date, can we please verify his address before he leaves the courtroom?
Vậy thì anh có thể cho tòa biết cái địa chỉ mà họ có thể gửi tới để họ báo tin cho mình cái ngày tòa mới.
Dạ, cảm ơn.
So never mind, he was his new court date right here. Ms. Yates already took care of it.
Yeah, good. If we could go ahead and give it now.
You got it right there. No, that's good. That's for you.
Cái tờ giấy kia, cái tờ giấy mà ông mới đưa đó là cái tờ giấy anh mang về để mà lần tới ngày mình phải trở ra tòa.
June 21st at 8 a.m.
Dạ, 8 giờ sáng ngày 21 nha.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah,
Okay,
there you
thank
go.
you.
Right.
Rồi, bây giờ anh có thể đi về. Dạ,
Cảm ơn
dạ,
nhiều.
cảm ơn. Dạ.
Let the record reflect that Mr. Nguyen has been given his new court date, which is set for June the 8th at 8 o'clock a.m.
Vậy là 8 tây tháng 6 anh phải trở lại nha. Lúc 8 giờ sáng.
Judge
8
Freeman.
tháng 6.
Judge
Yes,
Freeman, that's
yeah.
June 21st at 8
I'm
a.m.
sorry, June 21st at 8 o'clock a.m.
Anh ơi, ngày 21 tây tháng 6 chứ không phải 8 tây tháng 6 nha. Is he still there?
He
Yes,
is.
Tức là cái ngày lần tới mà ra tòa đó là ngày 21 tây tháng 6 lúc 8 giờ sáng.
Dạ, cảm ơn. Dạ.
Dạ, cảm ơn anh.
Thank you. He's free to go.
Anh có thể đi về nhà được rồi. Dạ.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Do
Maybe
you have anyone else in the courtroom?
còn có ai người Việt Nam ở trong đây nữa không?
Madam Interpreter, thank you, and you are excused.
Thank you very much. You have a great day, Your Honor.
You do the same.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is Carmelita Malcolm, page
Yes.
5 of the new docket.
All right. I have her on the first docket that I received.
Yes, that is the courtware docket.
Okay. All right, Ms. Malcolm, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You have been charged, it looks like, with 2 offenses. One of them is improper turn and the other one is driving on a suspended tag. What is your plea to the driving with the suspended tag charge? Is it not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
I'm gonna say not guilty because I did not know my tag was suspended.
Okay, now you do know not knowing is not a defense. Let me explain to you why. Georgia is a mandatory insurance state. So anytime you allow your insurance to lapse, there are certain things you can do to cure the lapse, but if you do not cure it, then you end up with this charge. So I will tell you what happened is that your insurance company reported there was a lapse of insurance. They sent you a letter telling you that you could pay $25 and show proof of insurance by a certain time. That did not happen, and that's what led to this charge. So sometimes people will move, but if you do not update the address on your driver's license, which is the required license address they're supposed to send it to, then you will not get the notice. But I just want you, and the reason why I focus on that offense is that is a suspendable offense. So if you want to take some time to think about it, I can put you down for not guilty, and you can tell me if you want to have your trial here in Forest Park, or would you prefer that it be bound over to Clayton County where you're eligible for a jury trial?
I'll take care of that, the insurance, but the improper lane change, I don't feel like I got pulled over correctly with that because I feel like I made the correct turn.
Okay. What I'll do is put you down for, and let me tell you what happens with that turn. When you're turning whatever lane you're in, the law says when you make that turn, you're supposed to turn into that lane. So if you're in the inside lane, when you turn to the inside lane. If you turn and go to the outside lane or vice versa, that's why sometimes this charge happens. Do you understand that?
Okay.
So that's why you're standing here for that charge. But let's deal with the driving on suspended registration charge first, because that one is the one that suspends your license. Now, it is a hefty fine. It's $765. And it looks like hopefully eligible for a NOLO plea. I don't mind reducing that so it will not suspend your license. But
Right.
tell me, what do you want to do with that charge?
Yes, I'm gonna have to pay it.
All right. Do you want to handle this today, or do you want me to put you down for not guilty and you come back and deal with this another day?
Today,
All right. So what is your plea to the driving with suspended registration charge?
you say I can plead NOLO?
Is she eligible for a NOLO plea?
Yes.
All right. Yes, you are eligible for a NOLO. Do you understand that by entering into the NOLO plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes.
And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
Are you entering into the plea, Ms. Malcolm, freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter a NOLO plea to the driving on suspended registration charge?
Yes.
The court will accept your NOLO plea. We're going to reduce that charge to expired tag. The fine is $765. Will you need to pay that on probation, or can you pay that today?
Ooh. Today? Today.
All right. If you will take care of that today, the other charge, we are dismissing the improper turn charge. Do you understand that?
Thank you.
All right. They will send you outside shortly to take care of the fine of $765 on the now reduced expired tag charge. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna send her a link to pay it.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
All right. Thank you. They'll take care of you. All right, Ms. Green, can you call the next person?
Okay, Your Honor, the next person, come on up. He's actually, a witness for Dennis Garcia.
Okay. So Mr. Garcia hopefully is in the queue, so we will just bring up everyone that's in the queue.
Okay, hold on for 1 second.
Yes, it is 26, that's right. And and what they're gonna do is they're gonna give you a link.
As you come into the queue, please turn your device to mute. Please type your full name and your email address in the chat and send it to FPMC.
Por favor, cuando entre aquí a la audiencia virtual, asegúrese de tener su micrófono apagado y también de poner su nombre y su correo electrónico y mandarlo a donde dice FPMC.
Again, please turn your device to mute. Type your full name and your email address in the chat and send it to FPMC.
Buenos días, asegúrese de que apaga su micrófono y que manda su correo electrónico y su nombre a FPMC en el chat.
Please make sure that your video is turned on at all times.
Asegúrese que su video siempre está prendida, la cámara siempre está prendida todo el tiempo.
Also, please ensure that if you are represented by counsel, you allow your attorney to speak on your behalf.
También entiende que si lo representa un abogado, que espere que su abogado hable a su nombre, en su nombre.
Please make sure that you are in an area where there are no distractions in your background.
Asegúrese que está en una parte o una zona donde no hay distracciones en el trasfondo.
Please make sure that you have proper internet connectivity.
Asegúrese que tiene una conectividad con la internet que es la apropiada.
Do we have any attorneys that are on the call?
¿Algún abogado en la llamada?
All right.
Yes, Your Honor, Attorney Bridget Bray.
All right, Attorney Bray, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Your Honor.
Good.
I was retained by my client, and I did not realize that his first court date after retaining me was a bench trial. So my goal is to see if we can work this case out
Okay.
in lieu of a trial if needed.
So let you, what is your client's name?
It's Mr. Rosales.
Okay. So let me find him on the calendar. Yeah, he has come from his arraignment date and entered, it looks like a not guilty date. Do you need some time to prepare so you can speak with? Well, he has a speeding charge. Is he Miguel Rosales?
He is.
Okay.
And the issue with that is that I see what speed it is, but the type of license that he has, I just need to make sure that that wouldn't negatively impact that license as to the court's reporting procedures for that.
Okay, well, for that particular charge, 54 and a 40, it's a non-reportable offense, but if you need some time to research if that impacts whatever type of license he has, I don't mind giving you that time.
Well, Your Honor, if it's non-reportable,
It is a non-reportable offense.
okay, well then what is the fine on that?
The fine is $165.
If I could have a moment to speak with my client, we may be able to resolve that.
All right, I will come back to you. I'm gonna go ahead and call some other cases, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Okay, do we have any other attorneys on the line? Well, let me just call the calendar and see who is present. Courtney Aaron. Courtney Aaron. That is FTA. It is 8:20. George,
Present. I'm sorry. My mute was on.
you're Courtney Aaron?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Aaron, what is your plea to driving with no insurance second offense? Is it not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
Nolo content.
All right, let me see if you're eligible for a nolo plea. Is she eligible for a nolo plea?
One moment.
Ms. Aaron, have you typed your name and email address in the chat?
No, sir, I did not.
Okay, Ms. Aaron, I need for you to follow instructions, okay?
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Please type your full name and your email address in the chat and send it to FPMC.
Judge Freeman, she's not eligible. This is the third failure to maintain insurance offense.
All right. Ms. Aaron, you are not eligible for this. This is your third offense, so you could only plead guilty or not guilty.
Not guilty.
All right. Do you want me to keep this case here in Forest Park, or do you want it to be bound over to Clayton County where you're eligible for a jury trial? Well, it looks like today is your trial date, but I don't mind binding this over. So you tell me what you'd like to do.
I guess we can keep it here.
All right. Ms. Yates, we're going to reset her court date when I have the prosecutor here
Yes, Judge.
for a trial date here in Forest Park. This is her third offense.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I have a question.
What is your question?
So at the time of the stop with the officer, I was explaining to him that it was not my vehicle, but I had insurance of my own and that I was using a friend's car. And I was trying to see, was that
Well,
like
if you can show that you had insurance on a vehicle that you owned, you will still have to, it will be a question of whether or not that insurance covers any car that you drive. So if you want to provide that insurance company, if you want to provide that insurance information to the clerk's office, they can verify whether it covers any vehicle that you're operating.
Yes, sir.
Miss Aaron, I'm going to send you our email address in the chat. If you'll copy that down and you can forward that insurance documentation to our office.
Yes, ma'am. And you said to put it at FPMC?
That is correct. Forest Park Municipal Court, FPMC. All right. It looks like you've typed your information in. You will receive your plea form through your email. Enter a not guilty plea, send it back, and then you will receive your new trial date for here in Forest Park. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're free to go. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next is George Gaines. George Gaines. That is FTA 824. Next is Sandra Gardner. Sandra Gardner. That is FTA. Once I go through all of these, I will come back and excuse some of the officers. Next is Jose Gomez Jimenez.
Señor José Gómez Jiménez, si se encuentra presente, por favor active su micrófono y contéstele al juez cómo se va a declarar.
That case is reset.
That case has been reset. Okay. Next is Taiwan Johnson. Tawan Johnson, it looks like there's an attorney on this matter. Is that correct?
Yes, we haven't heard from that attorney.
Who is the attorney?
Showing Floyd Buford.
Okay, and Mr. Johnson is not on the call either.
No.
He entered an appearance. Did he ask for a bind over or a continuance or anything? The attorney.
One moment, let me double check to see if he asked for a continuance. No, he did not ask for a continuance, but we'll reach out to them.
All right, then we'll do an FTA subject to you reaching out to him, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Next is Hasim Muhammad. Hashim Muhammad.
Yes, Your Honor, present.
How are you doing, young man? You're charged with possession of marijuana. What is your plea? Guilty, not guilty, or nolo contendere?
Could I ask a question before I enter the plea?
You can. What is your question?
What would be the benefit of a nolo contendere plea here for me?
If this is your first offense in Forest Park, it's a city ordinance violation. There really will be none. You have a fine of $180, and that's what will need to be paid. The nolo plea on this particular charge, because it's a city ordinance violation, it really will not have any ramifications, positive or negative. If you want to check with an attorney to verify that, I would recommend that. But today is your trial date, so you should have done that before today.
Understood. I'd like to enter a no guilty plea.
All right, we'll put you down for not guilty. We're going to reset this court date when I have the prosecutor here, so you will be given a reset court date for here in Forest Park. Do you understand that?
I do.
Have you typed your name and email address in the chat?
Yes, sir.
All right, do we have his information?
Yes, we do.
All right, Mr. Muhammad, you will receive through your email your plea form, enter a not guilty plea, and then you receive your reset court date. Do you understand that, sir, for your trial in Forest Park?
I do understand that, yeah.
Thank you. Do you have any questions?
No, sir. Actually, is the court date, do you think would be within 30 days or is that not
I
available?
think it will be within 60 days.
It will be June 21st.
It's June 21st.
Thank you very much. Yeah, have a good day.
No problem. You take care of yourself.
Bye-bye.
Next is Amari Rames. Amari Rames. That is FTA. Next is Miguel Rosales.
That's the one with the attorney, Your Honor, I think.
I think that,
Correct.
yes,
Attorney,
that's Attorney Bray. That's correct. Thank you.
you're welcome.
It is, Your Honor, and I do have an updated announcement. My client would like to accept a plea offer and pay the fine to resolve it today.
All right, let's go ahead and take him through his plea colloquy.
Miss Bray, does he need an interpreter?
He does not,
Okay.
not to
thank
my
you.
knowledge.
Okay, that's good.
All right. Mr. Rosales,
Yes, Your Honor.
turn your video on, sir.
Okay. Here. Okay.
Mr. Rosales, is my understanding through counsel, you are entering a guilty plea to the speeding charge of traveling 54 in a 40. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Do you understand that by entering into the plea that you're doing this with the assistance of Attorney Bray?
Yes, I do.
Do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
Sir, are you entering into this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And sir, do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the guilty plea to the speeding charge of traveling 54 in a 40?
Yes, sir.
Attorney Bray, is there a factual basis that supports this charge?
We'll stipulate to one, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court will accept the guilty plea of traveling 54 in a 40 to a speeding ticket. As I stated, this is a non-reportable offense under the laws of the state of Georgia. Sir, the fine amount is $165. Can that be paid within 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
No, sir, I could pay that within 2 weeks.
All
I
right.
can do it today if I need to.
All right. Well, they're going to send you through your email your plea form, to which you will enter a guilty plea, and then it will also provide you with payment instructions. You can either come down to the courthouse or they will provide you with other mechanisms to make payment. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Sir, have you typed your full name and your email address in the chat?
Let me see.
I need for you to do that.
I'm doing it now. Yes, sir.
Okay. Type your full name and your email address in the chat. Let me have anyone that is charged with an offense to type your full name and your email address in the chat and send it to FPMC.
Por favor, todas las personas que tengan algún delito aquí pendiente, que asegúrense de poner su correo electrónico y su nombre y se lo mandan a FPMC.
All right. It looks like we have Mr. Rosales' information. Sir, you will receive your plea form to which you will enter a guilty plea through your email no later than close of business tomorrow. And then you will receive a 2-week agreement and satisfy the fine within that time. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, sir, you and Attorney Bray are excused. Thank you and good seeing you, Attorney Bray.
Good seeing you,
Thank you,
Judge.
sir.
Thank
All right. Next is Araceli Sanchez.
Araceli Sánchez, por favor, prenda su cámara y contéstele al juez.
I'm here.
Okay, no, no necesita intérprete.
No, I don't. Thank
Okay,
you.
you're welcome.
Young lady, you were charged with 3 counts of a leash law violation. Today is your trial date. You had entered a not guilty plea before. What is your plea today?
Not guilty.
All right. We're going to reset these for to have the prosecutor here. So have you typed your name and email address in the chat?
Yes.
All right. Do we have her information?
I'm sorry, I don't see it.
All right.
I sent it to the FPMC.
Why don't you just tell us your email address?
It's my first name, 2623@hotmail.com.
Her first name, 2623@hotmail.com. Do we have that now?
I have it. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Sanchez, you will receive your reset court date. You will come back here. You will have your trial on the 3 counts of leash law violation. Do you understand that?
Yes, I have a question.
What is your question?
On
And
the
it
next,
looks like your court date will be June the 21st.
will it be through Zoom or will it be directly to the courthouse?
You can come down to the courthouse. If not, you will be given Zoom capability.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
And your next court date will be June 21st at 8 o'clock. Do you understand that?
8 o'clock. Yes.
All right. All right, you can disengage from the call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Chase Shears.
I'm gonna hear you, Your Honor.
Young man, turn your video on. Have you spoken to an attorney about these charges?
I have.
All right. Are you represented by counsel?
No, sir.
All right. Why weren't you able to hire yourself one?
I got it. It's just, I got a lot going on.
You do, but these charges are going to compound it. You do understand that, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Are you working or are you in school?
I'm working.
Where do you work?
At Paul Dozier Service.
Okay. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer. You have a lot of tickets. I think you need a lawyer. All right. Now, if you want to represent yourself, I can let you do that, but I will tell you, I think you need a lawyer.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Have you typed your name and email address in the chat?
Yes, sir, I have.
All right. Do we have Mr. Shears' information?
Yes, I have it.
All right, Mr. Shears, they're going to send you your plea form. I want you to enter a not guilty plea today. I'm going to appoint Michael Stinson to represent you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Understand that the city has the right to seek restitution for the court-appointed fees. Those fees cannot exceed $250. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're going to receive your plea form today, enter a not guilty plea. Then you're going to receive, then I need for you to come down to the courthouse and fill out your court appointment application. Can you have that done before Friday of this week?
I mean, I can, yes, sir.
Okay. I need for you to, do you live in Forest Park?
No, sir.
Where do you live? What city do you live in?
I live in Union City.
Okay. You have a whole bunch going on. So I need for you to come fill out this court appointed application so I can appoint you counsel. Is there a way for us to send that to him electronically?
Yes, we will send it via DocuSign as well as.
All right. They will send you your court appointed application, fill out every line, especially those talking about where you work, how much you pay, and what your assets are, okay?
Yes, sir.
Send that back. I will appoint Michael Stinson. The next time you have a court date, you would have spoken to him and he can give you some advice on these charges. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you have any questions you'd like to ask me?
I mean, are y'all gonna send the court date like through electronically through the email?
They're gonna send it to you through your email by close of business tomorrow. So you'll get your plea form first, and then you'll get your court appointed application second, and then you will get your reset court date.
All right.
Your
Judge Freeman.
reset, yes.
I'm sorry, we'll also mail him out that letter to the address that we have listed on file.
All right, let us verify that address. Can you verify your address, sir?
The one that's on file should be 357 Peters Road.
I have it. Thank you.
Okay. And his court date will be on June 21st?
Yes, it will be.
8 o'clock. All right, young man, your court date will be June 21 at 8 o'clock in the morning. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. You can disengage from the call.
All right, thank you.
All right, next is Sterling Wyatt. Sterling Wyatt. That is FTA. Now, Miss Sandra Gardner, I see her on the phone now, but she was FTA, Miss Gardner.
Yes, good morning, sorry.
Good
about that.
morning. You have a plea, you had entered a not guilty plea to this charge of improper backing. Was this a car accident?
Yes, it was.
All right. Miss Yates, do we have the other person involved in the accident on the call or in the courtroom?
I don't see them. That would be Jonathan Hamler.
All right. Jonathan Hamler. Did we subpoena Mr. Hamler to be here today?
Yes, I did.
All right. To the extent that Mr. Hamler is not here, Ms. Gardner, this case is going to be dismissed for want of prosecution. Do you understand that?
Actually, I don't. Dismiss, meaning?
That means that the case is being dropped today, but
Oh,
if the city decides to reinstate the charge, they have up to 6 months to do it. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Now, have you typed your name and email address in the chat?
Yes, sir.
Do we have Ms. Gardner's information?
Yes.
All right. So, Ms. Gardner, you will receive your plea form through your email, to which you will enter a not guilty plea, and then you will receive a dismissal of this case, subject to new evidence surfacing and the prosecutor reinstating the charges. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. And since they have your information, you can disengage from the call.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. Take care. All right. Now that takes care of everyone on the main calendar. Let me go to the other calendar. Artist Denard. Artist Denard, unmute your device, young man.
Here, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Denard, you're charged with following too closely. What is your plea to that charge, sir?
I haven't, is there anyone I can speak to? I haven't spoke to anyone about the case, but I want to plead not guilty.
Well, if your plea is not guilty, you're not going to talk to anybody unless you go hire yourself a lawyer. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So if you're saying the front of my car did not run into the back of somebody else's car, then your plea would be not guilty. We would have a trial, and then I would make a decision once I've heard the evidence. You
Yes, sir.
understand that?
Yes, sir.
So is that your position, that the front of your car did not run into the back of someone else's car?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is reset your court date. We will have the other person involved in the accident here unless they're already here. Are they already here, Miss Yates or Miss Green?
I do not see them, but I just had somebody log into the waiting, that's in the waiting room.
Okay, do we know the name of the other driver?
One moment.
Okay,
It's Christopher Howard.
all right. Christopher Howard. Christopher Howard. All right, Mr. Denard, Mr. Howard is not here. I'm going to dismiss this case for want of prosecution. If it turns out to be that Mr. Howard surfaces or did not properly receive the subpoena, the prosecutor does have the right to reinstate these charges. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, now have you typed your name and email address in the chat?
Yes, sir.
Do we have Mr. Artis's information?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Artis, you will receive your plea form through your email no later than close of business tomorrow, to which you will enter a not guilty plea, and then you will receive your notice of dismissal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. You can disengage from the call.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Next is Quentin McDaniel.
He's reset.
All right. And lastly is Dominique Nayasi. Dominique Nayasi. That is FTA. All right, do we have anyone else? I see a K. Smith. Is that one of the police officers?
That was someone that I led into the waiting room just a moment ago. I don't know who that person is.
Okay. Well, we can let all of the officers know that they are excused, because that concludes the calendar, doesn't it, Ms. Yates?
I just had a Sterling Wyatt to log in
He's
the waiting room.
okay. We can let them in, and I will take care of that. Let me ask that officer to hold on a minute. Let me get to Sterling Wyatt. Sterling Wyatt, that officer is Jawanza Glover. So we have Sterling Wyatt. Do we have anyone else that is logged in?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Your Honor, what happened? Your Honor, excuse me. What happened to Mr. Garcia Lorca, Dennis Garcia Lorca? I think there was a witness in the courtroom for that case. I don't know if he needs an interpreter, but I was just wondering.
Yeah, let me.
He wasn't on the calendar. I just.
Yeah, he's not on the calendar.
But Miss Yolanda mentioned that name and mentioned there was a witness in the courtroom when we
Right.
first started, but I don't know.
Miss Yolanda, do we have that person on the calendar that the witness is here for?
One moment, Judge Freeman.
Okay.
I think what she said was, for my understanding, I remember that the defendant was on Zoom, but they had the witness in the courtroom, but maybe, I don't know. And then I don't know the name of the witness. I just saw that she said there was a witness for that case.
Okay, let me wait to hear.
Sure.
Let me let us know.
Okay.
Judge Freeman,
Yes.
so that witness has been dismissed. And I'll speak with you more about it after.
Okay, so then Miss Ida can be relieved. Is
Yes.
that correct? Okay, Miss
Yeah.
Ida, it looks like that witness has been dismissed, so thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. See you this afternoon.
All right. Sterling Wyatt, turn your video on. Turn the light on so I can see your face. Mr. Wyatt, you are late for your virtual court session today. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You have 3 charges. They all involve animals. Today is your trial date. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna take you through just to make sure that I understand your plea on the rabies and inoculation required where the animals properly have their inoculation testing.
Can you say that one more time?
Did the animal have its inoculation and rabies testing?
You said did the animal have the
rabies testing? You know, you have to go make sure that they have their rabies certification and inoculation. Did the animal in question have that?
No, sir.
Okay. The next charge is biting dogs and cats. What is your plea to that?
Not guilty.
All right. What I'm going to do is just reset these court dates. I will get all the witnesses here and we will have your trial. Do you understand that?
Judge Freeman,
Yes.
Officer Glover is logging on.
Okay. And I'm sure there were witnesses to this, Ms. Yates. Do we know who the witnesses were?
No, I don't know.
Okay. My suspicion is that the officer was just called to the scene after the fact. Well, let me let the officer come on.
Judge Freeman, it appears he may be having some issues logging on.
Okay. What I'm going to do is reset this, and I know there's an incident report out there. I just want to be sure that if there was someone else's animals involved, that we make sure that person is subpoenaed to be to court as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Mr. Wyatt, this case is going to be continued. Sir, have you typed your name and email address in the chat and sent it to FPMC?
No, sir.
Can I please have you to do that? Type
Yes,
your
sir.
full name and your email address in the chat and send it to FPMC. I'm going to reset this. Let's be on time the next time. It's going to be on June 21st at 8 o'clock. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Make sure that you come on time or physically come to the courthouse. Go ahead and type your full name and your email address in the chat and send it to FPMC. And what is your email address, sir?
It is. Hold on. Stop.
I mean, I literally had
Is
to walk
DA.
the way out of the courtroom and then
Hello?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh, it's DAE. I mean REAL.
That's DAREAL.
Yes. 925
I'm sorry, say the numbers again.
925
925
2250
2250.
at gmail.com.
Okay. Do we have that, Ms. Yates?
I got it, Judge Freeman.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Wyatt, you will receive your new court date. We will have all the witnesses and all the police officers available for the trial when it comes up on June the 21st at 8 o'clock. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, do you have any questions?
The chat name one more time.
FPMC. MC, Forest Park Municipal Court. FPMC. That's who I want you to send your full name and your email address to.
Okay. Gotcha.
Let's be on time the next time. Log on at 7:55, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do we have his information yet?
No, we don't have it yet.
All right. You need some help, Mr. Wyatt?
I did write down his email though.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir. I got my wife right here trying to help me out. I'm sorry, I'm not so computer savvy.
Well, click on the chat, type in your full name and your email address. Once you've done that, you can disengage from the call. Ms. Yates or Ms. Green, do we have any other offender or any other matter we need to deal with on the 8 o'clock calendar?
No.
All right. Well, officers, thank you. We will stay on the call for a few minutes to just talk about the 1 o'clock calendar once Mr. Wyatt does what he's supposed to do.
Yes.
You got it done, dude?
Mr. Sterling. I'm sorry, Mr. Wyatt. No, I think he's frozen. And Judge Freeman, it appears that he's frozen. We'll attempt to send him a text.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. We can excuse the police officers. It looks like there's Officer Smith. Does that take care of it?